Okay, if you thought part 9 was exciting, part 10 is even better. Okay, I'm going to do the first line because I don't want you guys to do all the work.
And the rest.
Okay, yakuit. Actually, I have trouble with this because I don't remember the English. What's the past tense of lie down? He placed himself upon the ground. Lie, lay, lain.
Lay down.
I'm not sure. I used to know this. I memorized it for one of those standardized tests, but now I
Okay,
don't
so
remember.
since we don't remember the past tense of that, we're going to say he placed himself upon the ground. We are using synonyms, which is another good thing to do. He placed himself upon the ground. Ut yakuit.
Is it when he placed himself on the ground?
When or as, because I actually think as is more appropriate because it's all indicative.
Okay, as he placed himself upon the ground.
Or when, I think. Yeah, they both work. Okay, Frank.
Like as or when he placed himself on the ground, lying on his back.
Yes, so apparently he's like on his back on the ground. Oh, we could draw like a diagram of this. Oh, especially for the next part. Guys, that's a typo. It's humo, not homo. Life goes on. Deal with it. Number 5, cruor.
Blood.
Yay. Cruor e miket. Blood shoots forth. Oh, Colin.
It's lay.
So he lay down.
This just doesn't sound right.
As he lay down. As he lay down
No.
upon his back.
Lay?
As he lay down upon his back on the ground, and I'm just going to say he placed himself upon the ground.
Okay.
So we were at 5. Cruor, blood, cruor emikat, blood shoots forth as he lay upon the ground on his back. Oh my gosh, what if you guys use that word in an English translation and I have no idea what tense you're talking about? Okay, Colin.
Oh, wait, which one are we on?
We're on 7. Cruor
on 7?
emikat alte.
Blood shoots forth like high.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just like scanning over the rest.
I know, it's awesome. Non aliter. Go ahead, Frank.
Not differently.
Non aliter quam.
Not differently than.
Non aliter quam cum.
Not differently than when.
Non aliter quam cum fistula. Not differently than when a pipe. Plumbum. Lead, plumbum. There was a lot of discussion in the other period about the word lead. Like, first somebody said lead. And we're like, no, because it's obviously a noun, lead. And then somebody got all scientific, something about lead on the periodic table.
Oh, yeah, it's PB.
Oh, for plumbum, duh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why.
Right, okay, so lead. Okay, 13. Plumbum est vitiatum.
Lead. I don't know how to do the tense.
It's a 2-part verb.
Yeah.
The fourth principal part
Passive
plus...
perfect.
Yeah, that one. Passive perfect.
Perfect passive.
So it's like was verbed. How's that for
Oh.
helpful Latin teacher?
The lead was damaged.
Great job. Oh, but then they do this, and I'm going to make Colin do it. Not aliter quam cum vitiato fistula plumbo.
So not unlike when. Oh, not. Wait.
Yeah.
Not unlike when a pipe. I'm guessing like ablative absolute almost, like with its lead having been damaged.
Absolutely not guessing. Exactly, right? It's obviously an ablative absolute
cool.
because you get the participle, noun, ablative, yay. So then when a pipe with its lead having been damaged, noun aliter quam cum vitiato fistula plumbo skinditer, Frank?
Okay, so it's not unlike then when a water pipe or pipe has been damaged, like sliced, like having so it's
Okay, in this sentence, which noun
Yes.
is damaged?
the pipe, the lead.
Okay, so with the damaged lead. Okay, and which noun is sliced?
What is sliced?
What is sliced?
The lead again.
No, because plumbo is not nominative.
Okay.
Fistula is the subject of skinator.
Okay, so I was thinking the two are the same.
Okay,
So the water pipe
is cut
is cut.
with the ablative absolute having been happened. Having happened, okay? So, can you fix it for me?
So not unlike when the lead having was damaged,
Okay.
the water pipe was. I'm trying to think of it.
Skin dough is right
Slice.
there.
Yeah, the slice
There.
having happened. Or
Not other than when a pipe is cut.
not. Yeah.
The fistula is cut with the lead having been damaged. Guys, is fistula a medical-ish term?
Sure.
I don't know. It sounds vaguely disturbing to me.
We can look it up.
We'll check it out later, but I'm
Power of
almost
Google.
positive it's going to show up somewhere. Okay. Oh, et ejacilator. Oh, look at that dictionary entry before you do anything else, Mr. Hoffman. What a neat word. What's neat about the word ejaculor?
There's no infinitive.
Well, there is an infinitive, like ejaculari,
There's no second participle part.
but ejaculari is.
Is it?
Yeah, that's,
It ends in an I.
yeah. What kind of word is this where
Oh,
you,
Lord. Oh, I don't know.
is this a normal verb or a deponent verb?
Deponent.
Because it has those passive endings. Okay.
And it shoots forth.
Yay! Or spews out something like that. Go ahead, Colin. Et ejaculator aquas.
And it shoots out long water.
Well, we're at 17, but yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
sorry.
And that is weird, long water in 18. What do you think is going on there?
Just it shoots water really far.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, Ovid chooses to, instead of use the adverb, he puts an adjective to describe the water.
Oh, dactylic hexameter.
Okay, in 20 and 21, I want you to change the word for amen to for amene to make it ablative. Otherwise, you are having a non-adjective pair that does not match. For amene,
Oh, excuse me.
I-N-E, I-N-E. Okay, so for amen is a whole. Then we have tenue for amene. It's your turn, Frank.
Oh, okay. So tenure.
Tenue for amene.
Yeah, like a slender, narrow hole.
Right. Hey, that reminds me of the rima.
Little crack. Yeah.
Yeah. Pondering. Go ahead, Hoffman.
It's dangerous when he does this.
A slender hole hissing.
Yeah. Well, it's hissing with a slender hole in
Yeah.
21. But then in 22, they make the hissing in the ablative for Colin. Et tenue stridente for amene longas ejaculator aquas.
And it shoots out long water with a thin hole hissing.
Yeah, and okay, I can't get this out of my head, but in part 1 and 2, where they talk about the little crack in the wall and what passes through it,
Breath.
breath and sound, it's just kind of weird. And then over here, we've got the screeching sound,
Yeah.
and it's a hole where it's not supposed to be.
Oh, yeah. That'll do ya.
Atque rumpet. You're up, Frank.
Yeah, I got it. Sorry. And broke.
And it broke something. Okay, Ira is weird. Mr. Hoffman, take a look at the dictionary entry for ire, iris, masculine. This is weird because I'm pretty sure Ira is actually Greek, and that A is a Greek accusative.
Alright.
So that's why it's weird. Otherwise, you would be expecting Irem or something.
Yeah.
And Ira, I'm pretty sure, is the direct object of rumpet there. Go ahead.
And so It breaks the air.
Yeah. Oh, why do you always end up there?
I
Are
don't
you
know.
okay with
You're
that?
just
Yeah,
a
I'm okay
lucky,
with that.
lucky guy.
Furor emicat alte, non aliter quam cum vitiato fistula plumbo sciniter, et tenue stridente for amine longas e aculator atque ictibus aera rumpet.
It shoots forth blood high, not unlike when a pipe is cut with its lead having been damaged. And from a slender hole, from a slender hissing hole, shoots forth long water and bursts or breaks the air having been struck
Ictus is a noun. It breaks the air with blows. So
with blows. Okay.
I think we're talking like a spurting-ish sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's getting
That's-
very detailed.
Yes, and by the way, cruar, the only thing I would say, that was an excellent translation. Cruar is the subject of amicat. The gore gushes out. But yeah, and so do you remember the video? It was like almost awkward the way it did it.
Oh,
Now
yeah,
we
I-
know why.
That whole thing was really creepy.
Yeah,
The
I don't know what's
animation was-
creepier, watching it or reading about it in Dactylic Hexameter. Oh, okay. Fetus.
Fruit. My word here.
Arborei fetus.
Fruit of a tree.
Yes. Arborei fetus virtuntur.
The fruit of the tree is turned.
Okay, and then in 29, we've got that accusative of respect.
Oh, okay.
Remember random body parts?
Yeah, I remember.
Arborei fetus virtuntur facium.
The fruit of the tree is turned with regards to the shape.
Okay, well, or the look, the face. I don't
Yeah.
know, because I don't know that the fruit all of a sudden took on a different shape.
Yeah, I was just looking at the definition.
Arborei fetus in atram virtuntur facium.
The fruit of the tree turned with respect to, or turned
You can say into.
into a dark look.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. I like that word look for a facium. Or appearance, something like that. Arborei fetus ad spergine in atram virtuntur facium.
Oh, so the fruit of the tree is turned into a dark face by the sprinkling?
Yes. Oh, there it is. Arborei fetus ad spergine caedus in atram virtuntur facium. Oh, okay. There are multiple definitions of caedus, and obviously the one here says murder. I like the idea of like slaughter, gore,
Like
too.
sprinkling slaughter.
Okay. It's definitely genitive, though.
Oh, so it'd be a genitive of
Yes.
slaughter. So the sprinkling of slaughter. Okay.
Yeah. Go for it, Frank.
So the fruit of the tree is turned in dark to dark with regards to the face by the sprinkling of slaughter.
Oh. Radix.
Root.
Hey, is that where they get the word radish? Probably, right? Radix tingit.
It moistened the root.
Yes. Radix tingit mora.
It moistened the root of the mulberry tree.
Well, I don't think that mora is
Oh yeah,
genitive
it'd be
here.
more ye. So it moistens the mulberry.
What's the subject of tingit?
Tingit? The blood.
Minime. Radix is the subject of tingit.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
So moistens. So the root moistens the tree.
Yeah, or yeah, I guess it would have to be the root. The root, like it drinks up things from the ground into the tree, maybe. Radix tingit pendentia mora. That's all yours, Hoffman. Oh, and you know what? I think I'm almost positive if we looked at other possible definitions of tingit, I wonder if we could say like colored.
It'd probably be better.
Alright.
That could work.
The root's colored. What are we saying for the? Is it like a gap direct object?
No, mora is the direct object. Neuter, accusative, plural.
What? Never mind. The root's colored. The hanging tree.
Yeah, i.e. the fruit of the tree. I feel like we should pause and double check that about Tingit, but we're going to leave it for now. Ma de factaque radix tingit pendentia mora. Do you see the roots of that word ma de facta?
Like faco or facto.
That's to be made. And madidus is wet.
Okay. So the root colors, if that's what we're gonna say, the hanging mulberry tree having been drenched.
Yeah, I think we'd have to scan it. Is it a drenched root?
No, it's the mulberry tree that's drenched, right?
Well, why
Or
can't
is
it?
it?
That's what I'm saying. Why can't it be the root that's drenched?
Right. It could be. I was just thinking the A on the end.
But radix is feminine.
Yeah. Okay, so the root having been drenched.
Yeah, because which would make
That
sense
would
because
make
he's
more
on the
sense
ground.
because
He's
it's-
bleeding onto the ground, and the root is like slurping it up, right?
But it's also.
But it's also gushing, so maybe he does that ambiguously on purpose. I don't know. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, and then if you look at 38, matefacta que sanguine radix tangit pendentia mora. Go ahead.
All right, this would be me. The root, having been drenched by blood, colored the hanging tree, the fruit.
Yes, matefacta que sanguine radix tingit pendentia mora colore.
Alright. The root, having been drenched by blood.
Then there's the moisten if you want to do it again. Moisten or color.
Well, I don't. Sounds weird. With the other color.
Yeah.
So like
Painted.
turns. Yeah, turns. The hanging tree. A color
With,
with color.
yeah. It touched the hanging tree with the color, something. It verbed. And there's so many different possibilities.
I don't know. Could could blood and color go together?
Colore sanguine. Well, over here in the next line they will give us. Oh no,
Okay.
because color is a noun.
Okay.
Okay. Unless it's an apposition. We'll have to think about it. Go ahead and give it a try for 40, Colin.
Okay. The fruit of the tree,
Did he get every single big one today?
most of them.
That's awesome. Go, calculus students.
The odds are ever in your favor.
Okay, the fruit of the tree is turned is turned into a dark color by the sprinkling of blood, and the root having been drenched with blood moistens the hanging tree with a purple color.
Nice. The only little thing I would say is watch out for arboreae.
Okay.
I understand it is the root of the tree. You're exactly right. The only thing is, I think technically it's an adjective, the tree
The tree's
ish
root.
root, because it's not a genitive singular noun,
Right.
right? Because that would be arboreus. But other than that, I think that you got it. Wow, there's so much going on here. Right? Like if you look at that matefacta que sanguine radix, he's got the matefacta and radix, and then the blood is inside the noun adjective pair there, which I think is kind of cool. And the way he splits up the purple and the color and the stuff is in between again, it's like they're putting it inside the colors. It's so much fun.
And, Thisbe's just chilling in a cave,
Yeah, Thisbe's in a cave.
about to walk in on this murder
Oh,
scene.
she's her time is coming soon.
I
Yeah.
wonder what'll happen.
Okay, guys, whose fault is it that Pyramus dies?
think they're both idiots.
Parents.
Blame the parents for everything.
Yeah.
Do we blame the parents for forbidding them, for not securing them better inside their houses, for giving them swords without licenses?
They're old enough to know what they're doing, and they're like, okay, I think that seeing each other in the dead of night, outside of the safety of the walls, is highly beneficial, and I see nothing going wrong.
This is like a prom promise commercial,
Oh, you're taking this route, aren't you?
right? Isn't this like a prom promise? You do bad things late at night, and you too could end up drenching.
Colin's about to be like making sure every couple's aware, like, hey.
No, I'm just gonna make sure there are no lions in Akron before I.
Lions, lions,
Also
or
take
swords.
away every sharp object from every male in the area.
Well, if there, I think it's the lion's fault because if the lioness wasn't there, it all would have been okay.
I feel like the sword didn't fall.
Yeah, if it's gravity's fault.
Like Pyramus never really meant to do that. He was just being dramatic. He just dropped the sword.
Okay, somebody in the other period said Thisbe wasn't really that into him.
Why?
She's in the cave. She didn't notice the spewing. She wasn't even peeking out to look for him to perhaps warn him that there was a lion coming.
She was like, she dipped pretty fast now that I think about it.
What do you guys think?
Did.
Was she really not that into him?
I think she was just terrified for her own life and well-being.
And then somebody else said that Pyramus is all about him.
Boy, stabbing himself in the pelvis. What more do you want?
So I'm just curious, who is most responsible for the death of
I
Pyramus?
think they're both idiots, honestly.
Parents.
You're still going to say parents?
I don't think it's the parents' fault. I think they're terrible parents. I don't think they're at fault for
Well,
their worth.
then again, Pyramus does decide that he's going to kill himself.
Guys,
So,
is there some sort of place in your hip where you can stab yourself and it will gush and make a hissing noise like a pipe?
We all know.
I've never tried.
Is there something there where it's anatomically possible?
Probably in the femoral artery.
Is that in your
It's
lower
like
bottom?
right, like high thigh near the pelvis.
Yeah, it's by the thigh.
So
And why did he do it on his thigh instead of like fall upon his sword in his gut? I don't know much about like death by your own sword.
Maybe it's just because he didn't want to hit a rib. I don't know.
I don't know. I was just
he
curious.
wanted to go for the
I'm
slow.
just-
He wanted to go for the fast death. That's why he stabbed himself.
Yeah.
And-
Okay.
But like maybe it's because
Maybe because if you stab yourself like right here, there's no bone right here that's going to protect you. If you like stab, I don't know. You could. He's not a bright guy, so maybe he'd like stab himself like in the rib and not.
maybe he was just
die.
like thrown up in passion, and that was just the only thing he could think of.
Ah,
Maybe he never really wanted to follow through and be like, "Wow, the stab wound in my leg didn't kill me. It's God's will." Then he
So
walks
what
off.
about the hissing?
It's probably the femoral artery. Like I really think it is, because like if you cut
Was
that
the
thing,
blood hissing, or was it just like?
It
hissing
said
pipe?
it was like a pipe hissing with a tiny crack in it, and it spewed out water far through the air, and it made a pulsating noise with blows.
what if you? You could stab yourself in the lungs. It's not the pelvis, but
No.
if you stab yourself in the lungs, it would,
no, because if you stab
it would
yourself,
make that like.
if you
It's I forget what there's a cool term for it too.
Okay.
It's like it's a sucking chest wound.
It was definitely.
Yes, if you puncture your lungs
But
and it
this
starts
is the
bubbling out through the.
groin.
I think
I know.
He was
I
going to
think
stab
this would-
himself in the chest, and then there was a breeze, and he blew the sword to his groin.
He missed.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just incompetent.
critical failure.
Maybe he stabbed his appendix.
No, I think he
No,
stabbed.
you did that.
I think he stabbed himself in the femoral artery, and then his heartbeat pumped the blood, caused the blows that pumped the blood, made it shoot out. And since his heart's pumping more blood into a narrow opening, it
That-
caused the hissing.
Actually, it's not. I mean, that would actually work with the ictibus, right?
That's the only logical explanation I can think of.
I think Ovid's just being poetic with the groin.
No, there's
It's-
always a scientific
it's-
answer.
It's the lungs.
Oh, so you're
Stabbed
saying
his
that
lungs.
Ovid's just not that good as anatomy. He knows a lot about plumbing.
Well, he might be great at anatomy, but he had to be poetic. Maybe the just didn't work out right.
Random
so you had to
lower
throw
body
in-
area,
yeah.
ilia. Okay, so you're going with
I'm
the
going with it's the lungs.
I'm going with the artery.
artery, Hoffman.
I'm wrong.
Okay, well, that's all for 10th period Latin today. See you guys.